Greg Harrison with USDA Market News Service here in St. Joe, Missouri, filling in this week for Corbett Wall. Looking at this week's feeder cattle markets, calves throughout the majority of the country sold unevenly steady, with yearlings trading steady to $2 higher. In the southeastern markets, calves traded steady to $3 higher. High percentage of calves this week are new crop calves carrying some flesh. It's hard to call the demand any lighter as cattle buyers remain very active for all classes of livestock. Several major markets this week had a very good offering of yearlings on hand, selling with very good demand. At the Hub City Livestock Auction in South Dakota, 300 head of steers weighing 850 pounds had a weighted average weight of 830 pounds, sold with a weighted average price of $182.45. At the same auction, a potload of NHTC steers, that's non-hormonal treated cattle, weighing 797 pounds, sold at $198. In Torrington, Wyoming, 2 potloads of value-added steers weighing 765 pounds, sold at $197. In parts of the Midwest where rain and grass is plentiful, several auctions throughout the state of Missouri, from northwest Missouri at Maryville United Producers in Macon, Missouri, and in the eastern side of Missouri at the Bowling Green Sale, that's Eastern Missouri Commission Company. They held special cow and heifer pair sales in the last week, with a lot of first calf heifer pairs on offer at all 3 auctions. These heifers selling from $3,050 to $3,675 per pair. And the younger pairs, 3 to 5 years of age, traded from $2,600 to $2,950 per pair. Had very good demand at all 3 of these sales for these cattle, and a lot of buyers in attendance. Meanwhile, the meat trade following the Easter holiday is starting to focus on warmer weather and the potential demand increases for boxed beef, trading significantly higher this week as spring demand seems to be awakening after a long cold winter. There seems to be hopefully a pent-up demand for beef as we're getting to the anticipated grilling season and warmer weather ahead. Despite tighter supplies of competing meats, demand will still get more attention than supply as beef and pork prices have risen significantly. Looking at cattle on feed report for Friday afternoon looks friendly in all 3 categories. Cattle on feed for April 1st was at 99%. Placed in March was 95%, and marketings in March was at 96%, and that totaled 1.66 million head. And looking at NASA's figures, that's the lowest since the series began in 1996. Regional average weighted prices in the north central regions, and steers weighing 600-700 pounds this week traded at $205.90. That's about $2 higher than last week, which was $203.43. A year ago, $150.22. 7 to 800 pounds was at $188.63. Last week, $187.73. A year ago, $137.93. And 8 to 900 pounds traded at $171.85. Last week, $174.61. And a year ago, $131.03. And this has been your Market News Report. Corbett will be back with you next week. Thanks for listening. Have a good week.